Is something amiss? A good team always shares the load. That is all? Very well.
How are the tests for the comms, Michael?
Dr. Vogel has put in a request for more personnel. It seems there was an accident.
It's always something to that doctor.
Not to change the subject, but are we concerned about the potential leaks?
No. Until you can provide more substantial proof, we'll simply monitor the situation at the cargo bay. For now, I've recommended to Dr. Vogel to contact me immediately if he identifies any suspicious behavior.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
IU here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. Sorry, but the situation calls for it. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. First lesson in being a rookie. You share the loot, but not the risk. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
The team is looking for more test pilots.
Yes, very experienced pilot. You should talk to Dr. Bolt.
I don't know. I've flown a Discovery class, but I'm not familiar.
Your ships are generally easy to fly. I bet you wouldn't have too many difficulties.
Acting up again. Not gonna forget that fight anytime soon.
You may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally. Ah, hello. I am always willing to carry an extra weapon. Or two. Or three. All right, then.
Stop right there, Ensign. There's been word of suspicious behavior from someone matching your description. No, you match the description. No, you match the description. No, you match the description. We look nothing alike. I'm beginning to think you're the intruder. I'm not going to say this again. There's only one person who matches the description, and that's you. Now explain yourself, Ensign, or face the consequences. What? That doesn't even make sense. You got me so confused. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Just get back to your post before I lose my temper.
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. According to autocorrelation models, results in risk increased by a magnitude of 2. But we won't tell Commander Natar. What she doesn't know won't kill her.
can't succeed at that before we are discovered.
Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign? The sign outside that says no visitors. Wait, did they not put that up? I requested it ages ago, but not surprising. Ever since Commander Natara took over, the priorities have changed. Oh yes, I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first crab jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once. Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the comm spike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology. Well, yes. In the same way the Almagest is a book on constellations and a supernova is an explosion in space. The greatest scientific minds the UC has to offer did not congregate to this station to build just a module. The brightest engineers in the settled systems did not get transferred to this station to build just a module.
I suppose a module does have certain tactical advantages.
Exactly. It's convenient, covert, and, well, costly. But we have the funding. Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing. Outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure. Oh, it's ready. We're long past the inference stage. Statistical models can only go so far. And now that we've corrected the prior mishaps, it's time for real flesh and blood pilots to stress test the systems. The kind unafraid to make the necessary sacrifices. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to MAST. Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. Not necessarily. Our guards run long shifts, and as I've told Commander Natara, the effects of sleep deprivation can render a checkpoint meaningless. Really? Then maybe all of my pestering has finally paid off. You do have a point. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Natara's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits. No.
You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center.
So, what's this big project you're working on?
Well, I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Really? Couldn't you just trust me?
No? Right out the airlock you'd go. But I'd try my best not to enjoy it.
on this station are some of the best in the galaxy.
Project Comspike is really something.
Pardon?
Reporting for duty, pilot? Another test flight, huh? You pilots are braver than me. You're clear to pass. Don't forget to schedule the flight in the control center.
Man, it is a lot of work keeping secrets.
There's been rumors of soldiers smuggling personal items into the station. You see Marines are creating this.
Not everything in the galaxy needs to come with us, you know.
Pilot. I was the kid who ate too much heel paste. But look at me now, a Marine on a UC star station.
mess hall? Culinary specialist Okoye is a damn good chef.
Yes? Back to it then.
Prototype ship, you are cleared for takeoff. We'll begin the test on your departure.
Recording test flight data. Please adhere to the scheduled flight plan and let us know if you have any issues.
Nobody hails the key. Just do your business.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Captain, do you require
Welcome
my
back, Rook.
assistance?
Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone the lowdown. We'll take care of things from here.
Head on in. We'll take the ship to another port so Jazz can have a look.
That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to tinker with it.
Captain, greetings.
You see SysDef as a joke. They haven't caught us
We may not have official security on this.
Samina was able to patch me up with the supplies gone. He basically saved my life.
Are you looking to start something?
Nice to know Neva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet. Surprise? Neva talks tough, and frankly, she is tough. But she's not a machine. Don't we all? But you seem to be a quick learner. Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that comm spike. Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut. Sounds like you're on board as a true believer. I have to admit, the way things are going, I'm starting to believe myself.
Whether Crix's legacy is real or not, we have a job to do, and we will see it through.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
As long as you put the fleet first.
If you need credits, hit up the mission boards at the core.
Pirates and alcohol. What could go wrong in a place like this?
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the comm spike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Yeah, nice try, Rook. We know you didn't have a choice. Juan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Dayu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comm spike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right, that leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4. It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
Hey, my girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. So, cut the crap. The only thing you need to worry about is bringing the tech home.
All right. Infighting isn't going to get us to the legacy any faster, Neva. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward, we all split the cash. You'll find I rarely imply things. In fact, I take pleasure in declaring my words straight to your goddamn face. Here is an example. I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
We have dealt with more than a few of your captains. This one should be no problem.
You did right by one, but she's almost as green as you two. Estelle is different.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
Those crabs ain't gonna steal themselves. You'll want to hook up with Estelle Vincent and Neon. Yeah, don't let the corruption that runs through the city entice you into doing anything stupid. There are too many opportunities for people like us that are just waiting to drag you down. Neon is full of all sorts of distractions, bars, gangs, and most of all, Aurora. Stay away from that stuff. Get in, get out, and bring that conduction grid tech back to the key. She considers herself the first lady of Neon. Lots of connections in that city. Holds court at a bar called Madame Sauvage's place. Luckily for us, she's also a Crimson Fleet captain, and the reason why we have permission to ply our trade in Neon. Estelle can get a little wild and has a bit of a mouth, but she gets the job done. Just follow her instructions, and you'll do fine. Stay sharp, Rook.
Don't tell me Shinya ran out of errands. If you've got time to stand around, you've got time to do a job. I haven't had time to gauge it, but word of what happened on SY-920 has already been spreading around the key. There have been skeptics among us, but there is no room for doubt now. Either you're on board, or out of the fleet. It's right in front of us. We have the conspike, and we know where the beacon is. All the hunting, sleuthing, and guesswork is over. We just need the tools to reach out and grab it.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
So there I am. You see security on my tail, and my graph drive just chokes. And you know what I find back there? Fattest leech I've ever
Ship services? You need it, I've got it. I don't mind helping, but it'll cost you. Sure. Let me punch that up, and we can have at it.
I like my weapons like I like my coffee.
Greetings, Captain.
Operation complete. Thrusters free.
loose under Commander Woods. With Commander Natara, we have stricter checkpoints, more patrols, and better security.
Airlock integrity looks good. Will you read to me tonight before bed?
Read to you? Sure. I'd like that very much.
Hello, Captain.
It's tough not seeing any action, but securing a station like this is a pretty important duty.
I've heard the technology in the station would make the FC surrender before it started.
Everything looks clear.
Do you have anything to report?
Significant temperature
It seems you had
changes
quite the
here.
eventful
We
mission
should be
on your
careful of
hands.
overexerting
You
ourselves.
still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process. As you've probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier. And on behalf of the United Colonies and Commander Natara, I thank you.
Injuring or killing UC personnel would only cause more problems for us in the long run.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. With the acquisition of the Comspike, the fleet is one step closer to Crix's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the Comspike. Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem? Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. Your ship will need special protection to ensure the electromagnetic disturbances in the planet's atmosphere don't fry your circuits. The conduction grid?
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer. Like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake. The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the lock, touched off by Jasper Crix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
The commander appreciates the sacrifice you've made, going undercover.
You have permission to speak freely. Dismissed. Go back. Anything to report? Our directive is simple. We are tasked with the eradication of space piracy in the settled systems. As the chief source of pirate activity, the Crimson Fleet is our primary target. As you were.
What can I do for you? We'll be here if you need us.
It's tough not seeing any action, but securing a station like this is a pretty important duty.
There's been rumors of soldiers smuggling personal items into the station. I doubt it. You see Marines are way too disciplined.
How's the pirating business? I don't know about you. People who work undercover, they're sneaky by nature, hard to read. When I fly, I want someone beside me who I can predict. Boxes by the Marquess of Queensbury rules. But you're a southpaw, a wild card. You might. But we aren't at that point yet. And right now, I have my reservations that we'll ever get there. But if Commander Ikande says you're Sistef, then you are one of us. For now. I cut my teeth on space trucks, believe it or not. Before I got my stripes, I was just another cargo hauler trying to earn an honest wage. But after a couple slick escapes, I got recruited to the academy and went from dodging pirates to hunting them. Thing is, some of my best tricks were with a big rig. Ever try a pitchback with a Hope Tech truck with 2 fleet wraiths on your tail? Compared to that, doing it with a military fighter is a piece of cake. Long story. I got my start in the academy and made a name for myself hunting the Crimson Fleet. I eventually got recruited to do test flights on a star station orbiting Lloyd's Rock. Me and 3 other Archangel pilots did some work on some extremely dangerous prototypes. But I called in a few favors and got back home with Sistef. Someone with my talents needs to be here, where the action is. Yeah, it was. And you can probably guess what project it was for. Yeah, I thought you might. I heard the fleet sent you up there for some more pirate work. Even more impressive, you managed to do it without taking any lives. Maybe I misjudged you. That's more than I can say for myself, given the history of Project Archangel. I was one of 4 pilots recruited for the program. My codename was Azrael. At the time, I embraced the name, the Angel of Death, hunting Crimson Fleet pirates in a prototype ship. But even for an angel, pride always comes before the fall. We were testing prototype fighter ships, experimental engines, weaponry, the works. The 4 of us were the best of the best. Emphasis on the were. The official word is I was transferred back to SysDef because the need was great. The reality is I was kicked off the unit. I was so bored on that station, I spent all my time in the barracks drinking cases of smuggled booze. When the time came for my test flight, I was so wasted, one of the others had to cover for me. The engine caught fire right after takeoff. Pilot, crew, gone in a flash. No, they were just doing their job. The only one who wasn't pulling their weight was me. People tell me all the time it's not my fault. But fault's got nothing to do with it. I should be a dead man. Instead, some other pilot took my place. Mole. Yeah, I thought you might. Even more impressive, that's more than I can say for myself. Haven't we talked about it enough? But fine. Let's relive the time I got drunk and the ship I was supposed to pilot blew up. Pretty much. And for some reason they let me fly a bird instead of throwing me in the brig. It's a joke.
It's tough not seeing any action, but securing a station like this is a pretty important duty.
Salutations. I assume you're here to commemorate my terrible misfortune? Ah, yes, the infamous evidence that you procured. Bravo, detective. Allow me to congratulate you on your sleuthing skills. That recording was quite a find. I must admit that I was short-sighted when it came to Ms. Swift's ingenuity. I shall not make that same mistake twice. I had assumed you would say that very statement. How predictable. I'm almost disappointed. Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, I have to disclose that you're wasting your time. You see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hindrance. I don't foresee being incarcerated in perpetuity. In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited within the month. I only had the time to explain the wondrous loopholes of the UC's justice system. Do you honestly think that I'd embark on an endeavor with Miss Swist and Mr. Vera without a legal exit strategy at my disposal? I can assure you, I won't be imprisoned aboard the Vigilance for an inordinately extended period of time. Well then, allow me to reinforce your sensation of schadenfreude. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated and several million credits in fines are being levied against me. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud. Well, why shouldn't I? I was bested by your actions, therefore I should suffer the consequences. There's no need for me to dwell on the past. Well, enough idle banter. I've taken up more than my share of your valuable time. Honestly, this interaction has been quite pleasurable. Do feel free to stop by and gloat at any time. Good day.
I've heard the technology in this station would make the FC surrender before we even started another.
Everything looks clear.
We'll keep the brig ready for any pirates you bring in. Until next time.
It's tough not seeing any action, but securing a station like this is pretty important too.
Captain, it is.
What is it? Indeed I do. All yours. Is that it, then?
I'm here for... Let me guess. You missed me and you couldn't stay away. Maybe if you're lucky, we'll talk again later.
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot. Man, the galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place. So long.
Anything I can help? Need something? Well, okay then.
Come on. There are worlds to conquer.
Whatever you need, you got it.
Touchdown imminent.
perhaps not the sort of place on which... one would settle down.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Dangerously low temperatures here. Keep an eye on your vitals. I was beginning to wonder if you hibernate. Now would be a good time to reprioritize what we bring with us and what we leave behind. Or sell. Or throw away, even. About time you woke. We have things to do. I hope you are sufficiently rested. Who knows what this day will bring?
Suit seals look good. Out we go.
options for computer systems.
Because I do not experience boredom, I excel in the performance of menial tasks.
Turn around and leave. Now. Get out of here, or I'll drop you. Whoa, you! Get out of here.
Glad you're in the fleet. If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
vast stars and the vastness of space.
Fly, my mateys, fly. The prettiest lass you ever could meet. Fly, my mateys, oh fly. Her kisses were tender and ever so sweet. Fly, my mateys, fly. But father and brothers all threaten to beat. Fly, my mateys, oh fly. Always happy to meet a stranger. Hope my singing was to your liking. It is, at that. If you believe the family tales, we've been merchantmen and freighter captains since the days of the East India Company. If you like my singing, you should have heard my pops. Now he had a voice. Ah, and now you've made mine. Afraid my ship's got the next jump plotted in, so I'm away. Fair travels. Always another delivery. Now, were you looking to make a purchase? I was thinking about trying my hand running the Red Mile over in Prima 3. See if I couldn't make some credits. Then I remembered how much I enjoy living. Plenty on offer, if your credits are good.
Landing initiated. Watch for flaring.
Every world with living things. It's a treasure.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that
freighter provides excellent coverage, both environmental and defensive. Smart.
Nobody can always looking for the next mark.
Well, either we press on or we turn back. Your call.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Do you really think this stuff scares us?
Good. Terminal on the catwalk. Worth investigating, if heights do not bother you. experience, laboratories like this rarely produce anything benign.
You really think System scares us?
Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
As long as the credits keep rolling in, life's good.
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Another way through here. Unsure where it leads. Something worth our time in here, perhaps? Either we press on or we turn back. Your call. Do they have anything of value?
Glad you're in the fleet. If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
Always looking for the next mark.
We can go farther this way, it seems. and evaluate them later. Not many options, but proceed ahead. Shall we?
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet. So you really think Sysdef scares us?
I will not tolerate the theft of any nearby objects.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, what's up? Don't I always? Here.
Nice to see you. Do you need me for something? That's fine, Dusty. Good. Letting someone else do the worrying has given me time to process my husband's death. I've come to terms with the fact that nothing I do can bring him back. Once that sank in, I commissioned a memorial to be constructed for Manuel. For closure, and because he was never given a proper burial, it was built on the asteroid where we first met. I wanted it there as a testament to our happy memories. I like knowing they'll be remembered when I'm gone. I think so too. We made a lot of good memories there. I'd like to put him to rest in the place where we were happiest. All right. That's enough sentimentality for one day. We have work to do, Dusty. Let's get back to it. Very well.
Hey there, here to shoot the breeze? Sure, what's on your mind? Working on my biography, huh? Lynn convinced me. She and some Argos miners stopped by my hometown on Titan to refuel, and I happened to be on shift at the spaceport that day. I noticed some rare minerals in her cargo hold and started chatting with her about them. She was impressed by how much I knew about geology and offered me the gig. It wasn't a hard sell. Lynn seemed like a decent boss, and the salary was great. Besides, my rock collection had gotten as big as it was gonna get on Titan. No way. Whatever you found down there had some seriously weird energy coming off of it. Honestly, I hope I never see something like that again in my life. Hell yeah, I do! I've been working on it for years. I used to collect mineral samples from meteorites that hit Titan, or buy them off pilots at the spaceport. Lynn even contributed to it. She offered me a good-sized chunk of tantalum for my collection, as a signing bonus. Yeah, we are. She's been my boss for a long time. I think of her as a friend. Don't tell her I said this, but she's not as much of a hard ass as she'd like you to think. And despite what she says, I know she has a soft spot for me. 8 years, give or take a couple months. It's been a great job. Pays decent, and my rock collection's never looked better. I don't. Really. After what happened on Vectera, I seriously needed a break from Argos. And you're not shy about cracking rocks either, so I still get my fix. You heard of New Homestead in the Sol System? Most people haven't. It's out in the sticks, on one of Saturn's moons. That's where I grew up. Not exactly the most exciting place to be a kid. It's got a lot of ice, a lot of wind, and not much of anything else. I wasn't exactly torn up about leaving to work for Argos. My family weren't still working the wind farms there. I don't think I'd ever go back. Oh yeah, big time. New Homestead was one of the first places people settled after we left Earth. Back then, wind power was all the rage. Some of the equipment at the farm's been around since the first generation of settlers made it to Titan. And it shows, let me tell you. Lots of people in New Homestead work there, including my mom. It's not the greatest job, but it sure beats the ice mines. Yeah, I never saw myself living in New Homestead forever. To tell you the truth, I hope my family splits too. My mom's always talked about retiring to Jemison. Of course, that'd be a whole lot easier if she didn't have so many kids to look after. New Atlantis isn't exactly cheap. Hopefully she'll be able to move someday, though. Yeah, I worry about her. Wind farming's a pretty dangerous job. Maybe someday, when my brothers are older. Well, my dad's not in the picture, but I have the best mom in the settled systems. More brothers than you can shake a stick at, too. Raising us gave Mom a real run for her money. It's a miracle she didn't leave us to freeze at one of the ice mines on Titan. We got in all kinds of trouble as kids. I've got 6. Evan, Tim, Ethan, Shane, Lucas, and Finn. Or, boys, get the hell down here, as our mom likes to call us. I'm the oldest by a couple years. Finn's the youngest, he's only 10, and the rest of them are moody teenagers. She's a New Homesteader, born and raised. Her family's been working the wind farm since the first generation of settlers made it to Titan. She's a great mom. Never lets anyone put her kids down. Oh, you should have seen how mad she got when she found out people at school were making fun of my rock collection. She was so determined to get me to stick with it that she read every geology book I had so she could ask me about my collection. That meant a hell of a lot to me. Couldn't tell you. He split to join a spacer group when I was young, and I haven't heard from him since. Broke my poor mom's heart. I was 12. He left while I was out collecting rocks with a couple of my brothers. Didn't say goodbye or anything. Real class act, huh? Nope, and I don't plan on it. He made it pretty clear that he didn't want to know me. so I don't want to know him either. Honestly, it wasn't as tough as you'd think. When he left, I told myself to focus on the family I still had instead of wasting time on the guy who left us. And that helped me keep my head on straight about the whole thing. Yeah, you can say that again. My brothers and I are always up to something. It's a good thing I grew up in a town where our definition of getting into trouble was screwing around with old mining equipment. We would have raised all sorts of hell in a big city like New Atlantis. Knock yourself out, boss. Already taken care of, boss. I donated it to one of the tour companies in New Homestead. Geological formations are one of Titan's big tourist attractions. It hurt my heart a little to give it up, but the woman I donated them to promised they'd give me credit for collecting all the samples, assuming she ever puts them on display. Whether she does or not, I'm glad to know all my hard work won't be gathering dust in a storage unit somewhere. Righto, boss.
Wish to lighten your load. One is less likely to survive an ambush when one is weighed down with whatever all that is.
How have you been? Let's see what you have there. Need help, Dusty? Be safe.
information.
sure hope so. It's right behind you. Smell you later.
Ready for touchdown.
Hello.
achieving orbit now.
You are interrupting Galbank operations. State your purpose. What I know is none of your damn business. Not interested. Now clear out. Transferring parts now. Can't stay here gabbing all day. Fly safe.
Chords are right on.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Hi. Please disregard.
Is Mina seeing anyone right now? Patience, I mean. I got
You want to survive? My gear, mate. The right gear will be the difference between life or death. See ya.
Are you looking to start something?
Looking to
I'll
make
finish
quick
it.
work? Whatever you need. As long as you can afford it. If your credits are good, I'd argue Boggs got me beat as far as customer base goes. But when it comes to profit, I am on top. A good gun's what makes all the difference out there sometimes. And for some, it's the only thing they'll ever trust. Done here? Fine by me.
I hope you actually need. Please tell me you know exactly what. Just make it quick. Whatever.
See anything you like? My prices may be high. Hey, I'm always ready to take credits off your hands. I was raised fleet. My mama joined up when I was 12. She was a first-class smuggler. We'd always lived comfortably, but she took the offer to join when a job almost went south. She figured if anything ever happened to her, it'd guarantee I'd still have a home. It's been non-stop. Even as a kid, I was helping distract security in those smuggling days. It's amazing how just having a child aboard, especially one as cute as I was, can throw off the scent. Between my mama and the fleet, I can talk my way out of anything, and use or fix any weapon and ship in the galaxy. Real-life skills, if you know what I mean. Don't be a stranger.
Sharks are too scared to take the key. What are you looking at?
These supplies are going to save a lot of lives over the next... I suppose I can spare a few supplies. All right, let's take a look. Really? You needed medical attention for this? Take care of yourself.
Every captain here has earned their stripes. Bleeding for the fleet.
So there I am. You see security on my tail. Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
The fleet's the only family you need. We'll have the whole settled systems on the run someday. Good luck.
scan detected contraband on board. Halt and prepare to be boarded. All illegal and stolen goods will...
We're locked in and landing.
There are always credits to be made from mining, even if they are barely enough to get by.
That construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius.
Welcome to Gagarin. Your ship need fuel?
But
Repairs?
Relay Medical, Archimite, and Satori mills are dedicated to Gagarin.
Got anything you need to offload?
We were just hoping
Trade authorities
Gagarin could
always
show the
buy.
same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to. Sorry. What? We sent a squad of officers to New Atlantis. They need all the support they can get after that attack. Tell me you're here to just report a good old-fashioned crime? If I have to deal with one more corporate exec begging for special treatment, I'll eat my badge. Leeches feels a bit strong. Maybe if they didn't pay their taxes and help repair the catwalks. They're an added annoyance to my day, though, that's for sure. But look, I'm Security Chief Pretorius. If you do have anything to report, you can speak to me or one of my officers. We're always around. Gagarin's not really that sort of burg. Most of the restaurants went belly up when the mech trade shut down. Only one left is Lizzie's. On the other side of town, though it does have a nice view of the square. There's also a little social club the local executive set up across from Lizzie's, but it's still pretty light on amenities. Now, if you're just looking to resupply, then you'll want Clint's. Another case of last business standing, but he's got a good selection. And for medical supplies, you'll want Dr. Keala. You can find both of them on the main concourse. Beyond that, we're just corporate offices and private homes. We've had our issues. Some folks aren't thrilled about the corporations moving in, but the majority don't act on it. Those that do largely keep it civil. Protest, throw some paint, occasional crate wanders off. But we've managed to avoid any open conflict so far. It's really not a bad assignment. Well, I came here right after training, which was 10 years ago now. Gagarin was a lot rougher then. People were still reeling from all the plants getting shut down after the war. So there was a lot of petty theft, break-ins. I was responsible for putting together a pretty busy community outreach program. Worked out well enough that they eventually made me chief. Be safe.
Anything I can help you with? Okay, sure. We'll take care of any holes, broken seals, that kind of thing. I'm sure you can find something you like.
Hello. Ah, thank you for reminding me. Goodbye.
Apparently, the corporate execs are talking about building their own priority catwalks above the city. You been up there? Good luck.
Salutations. Please ask a supervisor if you need something. Have a nice day.
You're not the usual courier. Please tell me you're his replacement, and that you're just here to pay me a long overdue visit on his behalf. You're not the courier. Our delivery service doesn't run late like this. Something must have happened. Look, I'm expecting a very important package. Very important. What would you say to tracking it down for me? Quickly. I pay, and I pay well. Good. Let's get you on your way then. Akachi Rosenblum, United Transport, Gagarin Branch. Now, please. Akachi, it's Helena, over at Reliant Medical. Your courier never showed. I need his stops for the day. This is my I don't care voice, Akachi. Oh? And what's your firm's policy on losing our branch as a client? I thought so. Send it to my personal slate. Thank you, Akachi. Here, all the places our courier might have gotten waylaid. She mentioned a panel or something that you can plug his ID number into at each delivery point. They should tell you if he's been there recently. The ID's 8148. When you do finally track him down, you can tell him you'll be completing delivery. Now go get me my package. Please. The contents of that package are extremely private, so I would ask for your discretion.
I'm sorry, but if this isn't directly related to Reliant medical business, you should really schedule an appointment. Gagarin is a city on the rise. Cheap facilities, an enthusiastic labor market. Archmite and Satari Mills are just learning what Reliant's known for years. Gagarin is the place to do business.
Nice to talk to someone when they're not in trouble. You're not in trouble.
I remember once, someone painted some choice words on the front of the arc. Robots took it down pretty quickly.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking. If you need anything, just follow the sound of falling inventory. You'll find me eventually. Let me just bring that up.